Hello, Beez Bladers, and welcome newcomers to Beez Blades. I am Brian, and you have found a channel to add to your list for consistent knife content. A special thanks to my patrons. Your support helps with content, shipping costs, and giveaways. And if you want to support the channel, the Patreon link is in the description. If you'd like to send a knife to the channel like this generous subscriber did, the address is also in the description. If you want the knife back, shipped back, please contact me first. A huge thank you to my subscribers and the knife community. You are freaking awesome. Don't forget that the bell button has an option to select all, otherwise you may miss out on a new episode or giveaway. Okay, I have my first mystery unboxing. I do not know what this is, but I am super excited, so let's get into it. I want to make sure I don't hurt anything. This is pretty cool, my very first surprise. Let me make sure I don't show anything here. Show any addresses. Oh, it is a nondescript box. It's a mystery. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Got all kinds of tapage everywhere. What could this be? I am so excited. This is like Christmas, because I always know what is on the way. I always know what's coming in the mail, but this time I do not. And this is a heck of a box. What am I missing here? Not sure. Am I going to have to just... I don't want to rip the box all to pieces. I'll just do all kinds of cutting for you guys. And I'm using my first, what I call, step into the nicer knives, my Tenacious. I'm using that for the unboxing today. And why can't I get... Oh, there we go. I had it upside down. All right, what do we have here? What is this? Oh, sweet. Look at here. It is a CRKT. Very nice. Very, very nice. And you know what? I do know where this came from. There was nothing on the packaging, and the address didn't look like a knife company, so I didn't know, and there's no note, but this came from one of my patrons, and thank you very much, John. John is an awesome member of the knife community. He's always a part of the live chats. Thank you, John, for sending this to the channel. This is the CRKT Overland. I had done a review, or an unboxing, of the CRKT Tuna, and he said that I would like to see the CRKT Overland, which is really exciting. Sweet action. All right, let's see what it looks like. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Here's your box. Here's your insert. There's all that good stuff. How to prove you're a successful hunter. So there is that. And here is the knife. Ooh, man, I'm telling you what, these feel so freaking solid. So here is the front side, and I really like the color. The pivot collar. There's your front. And here is the back side. And this is a Schwarz design. Yeah, I knew that. Very nice. So here is, ooh, look at that. I love that blade shape. That is my style. The Wharncliffe sheep's footy, like the modified sheep's foot, Wharncliffe like hybrid. That is awesome. It's got some belly for slicing. That is very nice. Let me give you a good look at this knife up close. So can we fit it in there? There you go. There is a good look. Get that off of there. Maybe not. And we'll get it off later. So there's that side. And there's this side. And before I forget, please follow me on Instagram at Beez Blades. My contact info and links are in the description. And please use the affiliate link to Knife Pivot Lube with my 10% off coupon code, because any proceeds, they go directly to giveaways, just like Patreon. What I get out of it is the joy of giving you guys and gals cool stuff. So I will put, of course, I will put my measurements in the description and or on the video, along with where you can get this knife. And I'm going to see if I can get this little speck off real quick. And you know what? It didn't wipe right off, so I'm not going to mess with it right now. It's not that big a deal. Sometimes I go a little overboard on detail. So let's run through some stuff real quick here. I've got you up nice and close. It weighs 3.515, and the Tuna weighs 3.845, so it weighs less than the Tuna. A bumblebee tuna. A Bumblebee Tuna. Yeah, you might know what movie that's from. All right, so let's check out some specs here real quick. I'm not going to go super overboard with it because this is going to be my first impressions. This is very exciting. Thank you so much, John. So our overall length, we're looking at just about 7 3/8. Your handle length is about 4 1/4. And what are we looking like with our blade? Our blade is coming in right at 3 inches, and the sharpened edge is pushing 3 1/8, like 3 1/16. I will get all the good measurements and put them up there for you. Your blade height is about 1 inch. Your handle height is looks like about 3/4 of an inch, just a little bit more. Your handle thickness. Hopefully I'm not out of focus here. My focus always needs more focus. You're over 1/4 of an inch there. Starting from the front, the stonewash looks really nice. The black stonewash on this blade. I always like to give you guys the close-ups. There's your pivot. And you got some contour G10 here. This G10, I like these. I like those. They help grab my fingerprint, so that is really cool. It gives you a good grip. It's not aggressive by any means. So far, I'm liking the feel of this knife. Here's going all the way down. And let's see, taking a look, looks like we've got T6 and T8 up here. And we'll look at the other side, check out this side of the blade. Got the Overland, Schwarz design, and it's probably your model number 6280. I'm guessing so because the box says 6280 on it. And if I'm not mistaken, this is 8CR13 MOV. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what we've got for blade steel. All right, so what else are we looking for here? As far as your pivot, I believe your pivot you're going to have, I think we've got some nylon washers in there. Can we see them? Yes, looks like we've got some nylon washers. And your pocket clip, is it reversible? No, this is a right side up only. And there you go, very nice. Look at that. That is nice and inset. The flues are scrat. Your screws are flattened, so that's not going to take up any issue on your pocket. And the pocket clip is nice and smooth. These edges are nice. They're lightly chamfered, but just on the edges. There's no sharp edges that I'm picking up anywhere whatsoever. And what do we have for liners in here? So this side here is G10, and this side here is a nice solid frame lock. And yeah, it looks like there is a little bit of area in there, not much, as far as there's no milling. Surprisingly, it weighs less than the Tuna, and we'll do a couple size comparisons and stuff here in just a second. As far as your opening, you have thumb studs for the open. See how it opens. Opens pretty nice for straight out of the box. And these washers always break in and get really nice. And of course, I will put some KPL. This stuff is amazing. I'll put some of that on there, and it'll make it even smoother. Very nice. And the opening is smooth, and there is no lock rock. And what's our percentage look like here? I'd say, if you look down past into there, if I can get it to focus, I'd say we're at about, I don't know, 40% or so. What are we looking like here? I'd say somewhere in that vicinity. There we go. Ta-da! So that's pretty good. Not too shabby on that. How's our blade center? Blade is centered very nicely. And I really like these back spacers. Man, that is attractive. It goes really well. My wife, she loves this. She's liable to steal it from me. She loves this color. It's very much like the Tuna. So I'm going to go ahead and compare them two and put them next to each other, and then we'll do a couple other size comparisons. If you're still watching, do you and me and the channel a favor. Give this video a thumbs up while you're thinking about it. Smash the subscribe button and crush the bell button if you haven't already. I ask once per video, so thank you. Thank you very much. So here they are next to each other. Very nice. Man, that's attractive knives, man. I've got a really cool set going on here. So the blade finish is really good. As far as the blade shape, I love this blade shape. So there's your size difference. If you have a Tuna, which is this one, this is what you're looking like with the Overland. Now let's do a couple more. I'll just run through a few here. I always give you the Spyderco Tenacious. We'll just run through a few real quick for you here. So if you have one of these knives, you'll get an idea of what the Overland is size-wise. Here's PM3. So, man, it's pretty good size. You know, the handle's a little shorter, but as far as blade length, you've got plenty more blade length than the PM3 and almost the same blade length as the Tenacious. Moving right along, here's the Manix 2. And here, I'll throw in a Brazen. I'm liking the size of this knife so far. Here's the, what are we doing? Kizer horn. Just throw, I always like to throw a bunch up here in case you have one of these knives. You'll get an idea of what it is size-wise. And there's the Civivi Baklash. Throwing a couple more up. QSP Hawk. Civivi Imperium. So you can get an idea. It's a nice general size. Let's see what the ergos are. Man, now here's another thing. This is, you know, depending on what you call budget, this is, I believe, around the $50 range, give or take. And I like it when you have a knife that's around the $50 range that doesn't feel like a budget knife. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel cheap and plasticky. It doesn't feel light. It doesn't feel like a kid's toy. It's very solid. It feels very solid in the hand. I appreciate the bigger jimping. I feel it gives me more of a grip with my thumb. Sometimes when the jimping is not as deep and is closer together, that I don't get a really good grip. So I'm able to get a good purchase. I have a large size hand. 4 inches is the size of my palm, and I'm able to get a nice grip on it. For push cutting, that's going to be really good. The jimping is almost aggressive. Almost like it could be smoothed out just a tad. It's not too bad, but I would prefer it just a tad more smoothed out. That might get you if you're doing a lot of push cutting. Your handle up here is really good. We don't have much room for a sharpening as far as a choil goes, but this, you know, for the price, you can sharpen a little bit until you get up to the plunge grind. So you have a few sharpenings until you get up there and you start making a smile on the plunge grind. I'm liking this knife so far. I'm not getting any hot spots. The clip, the deep carry, it's not a deep carry clip, but I like the inset part. The clip doesn't bother me at all. I'm not feeling the clip. I get a really good grip on it. It's not a choky uppy knife, but you can definitely choke up a little bit on it, and you've got plenty of blade for your hand. This is a great, you can see the ergos. Look at that, how it fits my hand. Talk about great for utility cutting. Oh man. And I like the belly. That belly gives you a lot more cutting area. And let's check out that factory grind. Look at that. Look at it. Would you just look at it? That is pretty nice. So there you have it. I really appreciate this, John. That is awesome that you sent this to me. This is the first knife that was sent to the channel for me to check out. You guys can always send me anything for me to check out. I really appreciate it. This knife is a great addition. I'm going to carry it. I'm going to use it, and then I'll come back and let you guys know what I think about it. I'm curious which one of these I'm going to like better. I'm not really sure because this blade shape is one of my favorites. So thank you guys. Have a relaxed rest of your day. Be careful, and remember, don't cut yourself.